All right, everybody, it's another ChatLoopBackOff. Welcome to ChatLoopBackOff, where a CNCF ambassador explores a project for the first time with you. Um, I'm your host, George Castro, on the CNCF projects team, and I'll be here with you until the end of today's session. So please add questions in chat. Love to hear where you're from in chat. Say like where you're listening in from. That's always fun. And add any questions that you have throughout the episode there, and I will whack them into the stream. This is an official CNCF live stream, so please abide by the CNCF Code of Conduct, which basically means just be kind. Chamod, please introduce yourself and take it away.
All right. So thank you, George, for the warm introduction, and glad to be in the stream for the second time. So last time I did like live stream about Tecton. So this time I'm going to explore into Podman. Uh, so all I know about Podman is something like a tool like Docker. So let's see how things are. All right. So let's first started with the CNCF landscape. So as you can see, all the CNCF tools are we can see in the landscape. So I have already George. I hope my screen is visible. George, can you confirm whether my screen is visible on?
Yeah, everything is okay. Sorry, it
All
takes
right.
me a bit to toggle back and forth.
All right. All right. Great. So as you can see, we can find the Podman in the CNCF landscape. So it's a tool for managing OCI containers and pod. So let's see what is OCI. Okay, so OCI means Open Container Initiative. It's kind of a like a governance body for like managing all the container tools like Container D, CRI, and CRIO, something tools like that. Okay, so let's go and see what we can see from the official Podman website. Okay, so as you can see, it's a like open source container tool. We can manage containers, and also we can uh, like pods. Okay, wait a minute. So I thought it's something like Docker. So how can it's manage pods? Okay, we will look into that. And also it seamlessly work with containers and Kubernetes from local environment. That's interesting. Let's go to get started and see. Okay, so now we can see Footman is a utility provided by part of a like what drive it can use to be create and maintain containers. So same as Docker. So the following, okay. Let's go to the installation instruction. So actually, I have already installed Podman because it's going to like download some stuff. Since my internet connection is a bit low, I already installed it my machine. Let's see what are the installation steps are. Okay, so based on your like uh, whether it's a Mac or Windows or Linux, there are several way you can download uh, the Podman. So since I'm using Mac OS, I go ahead with Brew, just package manager that you can use like Mac packages. Same way the Windows has a different guide. Let's go and check out there. Okay, it's as an installer, so that way you can easily download the installer and then install it. Okay, so that's I think there are no like hard configuration that we need to do. After installing, we have to like create a machine, Podman machine, then start the Podman machine. Okay, so we can even verify the installation using Podman info. Okay, so before we jump into that, I want to like tell something about containers and like how Podman, Docker, and these kind of concepts are coming to the ecosystem. So actually, so let's say you have a like Go application. To run that Go application, you need to have a like Go environment, right? So imagine I build a Go application and I want to give George to run it. So he has to have the Go runtime environment to run it. But so imagine I write another application using Java. So and again to run on George's computer, he needs to install uh, like Java on his machine. So that's how that the meme came to the scene, that the very famous containerization meme called "It works on my machine." The meme. Let me show you that as well. Okay, this was the like a very famous meme. Uh, it works on my machine. Then we will ship your machine to production. That's how Docker was born. So same as the Podman was similar kind of a tool. Let's go and see what are the differences between Docker and what are the like the new features, the features that advance more than Docker, and what are the capabilities of Podman. Okay, so coming back to the initial step. So I have already installed Podman on my computer. So let's go and execute Podman info. All right, it's showing some data about API version, my host system, CPUs. It's showing me some sort of a details version of Podman uh, in my computer. Okay, so uh, I feel like we should see what are the like see the Podman architecture, like how it's uh, like work underneath. Okay, so here we can see a good comparison between Podman and Docker. Actually, as I know, so when we are running a like container, Docker actually running a Docker daemon. On top of that, that container is running. So, but I can see that the Podman is directly executing the container on top of runc. So runc is actually uh, the tool that you use to run a container. But here in Docker, so it's when we execute that command to run a container, first is execute to the daemon, and on behalf of us, the Docker daemon is executing that container on top of runc. So we can see the difference. That's a huge difference that we can see here. And okay, San, and I have heard that Podman is daemonless, and Docker is a daemon. So as we can see in this architecture diagram, Docker has a Docker daemon. But Podman is a daemonless, so it's that's why it's executing without like any uh, daemon thing. Okay, so let's move to let's see what are the commands that Podman has. Okay, Podman has artifact attached. So likewise in the Docker, Podman also has build, then compose, container. Okay, here we go. This is something new that I want to try it out. Pod, what is this pods in this Podman thing? And pod PS, it's same as Docker. We can list the containers using PS and push pull. Like we can pull like images from the registries. So registries means actually that where we store the build images, and yeah, it's similar as the command. Like commands are actually like pretty much similar to Docker, I would say. All right. Uh, to double check, let me run some Docker help. Okay, that also has attached commit create. So, yeah, they're already there. Push pull. All right. So both are pretty much same. And the very interesting part is that both thing that I never tried. Let's see what we can do with it. Okay, so as a first step, let's try to pull some image and run it. Okay, I'm going to pull Podman Nginx. So this is the image I'm going to pull from the Docker Hub, the official content registry. So you can see it's pulling from the docker.io and the latest version of Nginx. Okay, so let me execute Podman images. Okay, so these are the images that are currently available in my local computer. Okay, this is the image that I just put. All right. So that's very interesting that save as Docker. Okay, let's go back to uh, the documentation. So I think since the Podman is pretty much similar to Docker, we can even set a alias for this as a like Docker equal Podman. So in that way, like we don't need to like use Docker, instead of we can use Podman. Okay, so let's try to run that image. Okay, to view running containers in Docker, usually I use Docker PS. Let's try that in here as well. Same. Okay, so here's running the current container that I just created. Actually, the before the show, I just played around with Podman a little bit. So that's why you can see the old one 2 hours ago. All right, no worries. But still, I don't know much about Podman. All right, so let's try to like build something. I mean, build an image using Podman. Okay, for that, I have already one of my application that I'm building in my free time. So let's try to like build a image using Podman and like and run it. So let me show you the Docker file that I have. Okay, so this is the Docker file. Uh, I am using the Golang as a base image and executing some commands and exposing in 80 port. Okay, so Docker, it should be Podman build dash t. Then we have to provide the tag name. I'm going to name it as a uh, ChatLoop Podman version 1 dot. Okay, it's similar to Docker build with the image tag. Okay, now let's list the images. Okay, here we go. We have the image that we just built. All right, so let's try to run it. Okay, so this application it set up environment variable. That's why we are getting this here. So anyway, it's running. That's how this log is coming. So we can confirm that it's actually a like uh, Docker. So it will be a good alternative. Like if you want to like move for it with the uh, like this Podman. Okay, so and I think you know that when it's come to the corporates and so there are like we have to like pay for to use tools like Docker because it's not open source. So let's go and see what are the license that the Podman have. Okay, so it's using Apache license. Okay, which means you can use this tool, and if you do some modification you have to like publish it. Let's find out what Apache license. Free, yeah. So as I said, it allow you to freely use, modify, and distribute the software, even in the like credit products. Yeah. So we just need to keep the copyright. So in that case, so if you are willing to use open source tool like Podman for the your manage your containers, this will be a very ideal option that you can go. All right. So let's see what else we got. Okay, so let's try with some the networking stuff with Podman. Like pod mapping and how pod mapping works in the Podman. Alright, it's working. So same like in Docker. So we can uh, do a port mapping. So let's try to stop it. Let's see whether it's running or not. It has exists. That exists. Okay, now we are getting uh, this error. So which means just like Docker, like this root trust containers actually can't bind to a low number for directory. Okay, so next I like we saw that Podman has pods. I think that's the maybe that's might be the reason why Podman is called Podman. Okay, let's find out what is that Podman pod thing. Podman pod. Okay, so Podman pod means like it's a group of one or more containers. Okay, that's the Kubernetes concept that we everyone knows and sharing the same network. PID address and namespace. So basically, like in Kubernetes, so the smallest unit is pod that we can declare one container or multiple container inside the pod. So let's assume that we have group of containers. So we are putting them into a isolated bag, something like that. Uh, but that's a Kubernetes thing. Like, how come Podman is like we can run things on we can run a pod on top of pod one. That's very interesting. Okay, so let's try to see we can clone, create, exist, check whether the pod is exists. Okay, kill. Okay, let's go ahead and start with creating the podman create pod. Since we don't know all the commands, yes, we execute. Okay, it's pulling something. What is this? Maybe let's find out here in the documentation. Okay, for one commands, and let's go and see. No, not the containers. Pods. Okay, manage pods. Okay, clone is create a copy existing pod. Create. Let me create. Okay, so create an empty pod or unit of multiple containers. Okay, that's a concept. And prepare itself to containers to add it. The pod can be created with a specific name. If a name is not given, random name is generated. Okay, so which means Usually in Kubernetes YAML, when we are creating pod, we have to like define the YAML, or we can like use imperative command to create that YAML for us, or like directly apply it. But we have to specify the image and all, right? So in that case, when it comes to the Podman, we have to first create the pod itself. Okay, so as a metaphor, let's say first we are creating the bag, then we are adding the containers into that bag. Okay, never thought about that. Okay, so the command is podman create pod. You can add also these are the options. This is very interesting. All right, podman create pod and the pod name. Okay, let's go ahead and try that. Podman create pod. Then we should put the pod name. I'm going to name it as a ChatLoopBackOff pod. Okay, it's lengthy. I would go it with the ChatLoop pod. No, someone said 0. What does this even mean? What did I do wrong? Okay, let me Google and see what one create. What? Okay, so we just need to put one put create name. Okay, it's got created. Podman pod. Can we list that exist? So same as containers, we can run ps to list it. Let me try that. Yes. Okay. There's a specific pod ID. Then we have a name. Then the status. And the created timestamp and the info ID. Number of containers 1. How come it has a 1? Like I didn't include any container. Okay, let's do that. Inspecting the pod inspect chapter pod. Okay, it seems like some sort of like inside that pod, the podman is adding some their own pod to like make it running, or some sort of handling thing is going on, like an infrastructure pod. Okay, that's clear. Maybe that's how they like behave. It's like a pod. Okay, let's go and see how to add things to this pod. How we can add container to pod. Podman add container to pod. It goes as Podman pod create and the name of the pod, then the contain. Okay. I think that's the one I previously write. Okay, so Podman pod and the pod name is ChatLoop pod. And we are adding a website. The image tag is nginx. Image is in nginx, and the tag is, if we didn't specify it will take the latest one. Okay, it's worked, and it's calling. Okay, we got that issue. Let me try with the different one. Okay, for some reason I'm getting this error. Site college. No, I forgot to specify the flag name. Okay, let's inspect again. Okay, here we go. Now we have a container called like sidecar, and the state is created. Okay, now we have pod with three containers. The first one is infra one. I think Podman is added that, and then we have the custom added one sidecar, that is Alpine image, and then we have web, that is Nginx image. Okay, so which means we have the pod. So let's see how to run this. Okay, so start command. Start, and the pod name is ChatLoopBackOff. Okay, let's try to logs. See the logs. Yeah, I name it. We have to put the container name. Here we go. So it's running. All right. So I'm thinking that since this is the, so we can like easily run up spin up a pod on top of Podman. Like, is there a way to, like, what if there is a way to extract this pod definition to outside? Like, I think it should be possible. Like, since it's executing as a pod, I think somehow maybe like additional library or something to like extract this pod definition to. So in that case, we can easily like add that to a cluster. Okay, so let me Google that. Podman port, export YAML. This is what I'm looking for. Yeah, to export the Podman configuration to Kubernetes compatible YAML manifest, use the Podman generate queue command. Okay, what is that? Okay, so generate Kubernetes YAML from the containers, pods or volumes. So we can use the pod ID or the pod name. Okay, so let's export that YAML and see what is the output. Okay, so according to this, we have to provide the pod ID. Let's try with the pod name and see what happens. Oh, it's working. Okay, we can see some annotations. This is the pod YAML, and okay, so maybe we can easily like export that to a YAML. And apply it. Yeah, so as you can see, the labels and the pod names are it's taken from the pod that we use for this Podman pod, and the containers. There are only two, but on top on Podman there were two, like including the infra pod. Okay, so let's go and search Podman infra container. Okay, as I suspected, Podman infra container is a lightweight container that serves as the foundation for the pod. Yeah, so my guess was right. Okay, so it's holding all the shared resources, all the when it's come to Kubernetes has like a different component to handle all those all kind of things like the API server and things like that. And when it's come to the Podman, since it doesn't have that capability, maybe uh, that all the handling part is done by that infra container. So that's how it's working underneath. Okay, that's very interesting. And the thing is like compared to Docker, like we cannot extract the Podman YAML like this. I mean the pod YAML like this. So imagine that you can, when you are like developing on your local computer, like if you have like multiple containers that you need to run, you can easily like spin up a pod like this, So usually when I'm working like in a like a project, and if that has multiple containers, so I usually one by one I dockerize them, and after that like I upload that to a registry. Then uh, I will have to spin up the minikube, and then I have to define uh, the Kubernetes pod or deployment YAML file. And on top of that, I have to like apply that YAML and run it. So, but I feel like this way is much easier. Like I don't need to I just need to push this somewhere and add those images like this. And also we can like take set this to take a local stored image as well. So in that case, this is very easier to work with, and it hassle free when compared to the my previous method that I use. So it is very interesting. Okay, so let's go back to the documentation. It is and okay, just a random thought that we were able to like create a pod. Then like after creating that pod, we were able to like add multiple containers, and after we were able to like export uh, that that configuration as a YAML. That way, like Kubernetes can like easily apply that YAML into the Kubernetes environment. So I think I'm just thinking that how about the other way around? Like if we have a Kubernetes YAML, can we run that on Podman too? All right. Uh, let's Google and see. Podman apply YAML. Okay, so Podman has Podman Play Cube. Okay, the Podman Play Cube command allows you to deploy containers, port, and volumes defined in the Kubernetes YAML. All right, that's interesting. All right. Mm, I think now it should be visible. Thank you so much for beginning this question. I hope now it's visible. Yeah. So what I was saying, fine. I was like looking for is like we were able to export the pod YAML to a Kubernetes YAML. Then we can apply that YAML on Kubernetes environment. So I'm just search whether like we were able to do other way around. Like if we have a Kubernetes YAML, can we run that on top of Podman? So actually, it seems like it's possible. So it's saying Podman has Podman Play Cube. Come on. Okay, let's see. Podman Play. Okay, in order to do that, we need to have YAML. So as you know, we actually have a YAML already stored that we exported them. We exported that YAML. Let's go and edit that YAML and add different like images and change the pod name and see. Okay, I'm changing the this exported YAML name to ChatLoopBackOff 2, and the containers uh, I'm changing this into container 1. And I'm going to remove that annotations as well. Okay, so what is the command to do that? Podman play cube and the YAML name. Fingers crossed. Let's see what's happened. Oh, here we go. It's actually create the pod and 2 containers. Awesome. So let's execute Podman pod ps. Okay, here we go. We have that. It's not a running container. That's expected. And Podman pod inspect pod 2. Okay, again, we have container 1 and container 2 and also infra container. So since it like when we running a pod, it's by default getting added and it's still running. Okay, so it is so seems like it's bi-directional, like we can export the pods and also we can import the codes from existing Kubernetes YAML. This is actually great thing. Like when you are developing things in locally, like so imagine that you have these capabilities like it's easier to do things when it's compared to the other tools out there. Okay, so anyway, like this will be like I'll be like using this tool because it's very very interesting and like it's saving a lot of time when you are working as a developer and you want to spin up some like codes locally. All right, so like so now we have like cover up the interesting thing. Let's compare to the Docker. These are similar to one. So like in Docker also we can log in and log out and see the logs and virtual machines. Oh, we can even manage secrets. Okay, let's see what that is. Podman secrets. So I feel like it's been running like a minikube cluster in my computer. Like imagine that I can even create a secret as well. Mm, let's have a quick look into that. How the like is it like Kubernetes secret so similar to that? Okay, so let's go and create one secret. It's secret. Oh, secret. Yeah, secret. Create text. Hmm. Okay, we don't have any secrets. So I'm going to create a secret using the secret file that I created locally. Okay, it's got created. Let's go and it's inspect. Okay, it's taking as that mounting that file. Awesome. So system, Podman system. Okay, let's go and try that as well. events info. Okay, check. Doesn't give me any output. Okay, so when we execute that command button system check, it will perform a consistency check on image and container storage and potentially other aspect of Podman environment. I think it's kind of a health check, can see whether everything is functioning properly. And so while that is happening, the system command available for managing inspecting of system. Okay, display what was system info. Okay, let's try that. I think this is the one we ran initially. System resets, we can even like do some factory resets. Okay, so and another thing is that like Podman is rootless. So let's find out that what is that rootless thing. Okay, so this is one of the like Docker daemon disadvantage. So when the Docker is running in a host environment, it's taking the root access. So in that way, like so imagine that your application, your container is compromised, then it will get access to that environment, the entire host environment. So because of that, uh, like it will, any hacker can then do some things to your host environment. But since the Podman is rootless, it runs as a normal user. Because of that, it doesn't have much access, even though it is compromised, that your application is compromised. It won't do any harm because it's run as a user. All right, so today uh, we learn Podman together from zero to pods, and I really like that this is daemonless and rootless. Like just we found out, and it's feel cleaner and safer, and it's very fast. And yeah, so anyway, as I said earlier, so when I'm doing my local development, but this will be my default tool. So and quick note, we couldn't try out the Podman desktop like in the Docker desktop and Agile code desktop. The Podman has their own desktop. Please try it out. So I didn't show you today because it's just a desktop and you can do things click by clicking. So I just want to explore the commands. All right. So thank you so much for uh, watching the live stream about the Footman, and I hope to meet you again with exploring a new project together.
All right. Thanks. And we'll see everyone not next week. We've got KubeCon coming up, Cloud Native Con in Atlanta. Hope to see a bunch of you there. And if not, we'll catch you all next time. Thanks a lot, and I'll give you the last word to say goodbye.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye.